Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rhonda if you're new here, and this is a little bit of everything homestead. I am in the barn. I am going to grab some seed starting pots and some soil. I am going to do a fun experiment with you guys, and I need a couple of things out of the barn. So I thought I would take you along and show you what the barn looks like. I am just going to walk over here and flip the light on. I don't know if that'll help or not, but hopefully it will give us enough light to find some pots that I am looking for. I'm not exactly sure where they are. Let me flip you around and show you what it looks like inside of this barn. All right, here we go. We are inside of the barn. When we moved in, this barn was full. Oh, hang on, I gotta move a chair. This barn was full, so we emptied it, and then we filled it with all of our stuff. But remember, we had a garage and a pole shed filled with fun things. So I think there was just a barn cat over there. He just made his way out. Okay, let's concentrate. Okay, I'm gonna grab some of these. I don't know what these are. 4-inch pots maybe. And then I'm going to grab some of these like little starter trays that you get when you buy flowers at the store. And I just saved them. So we are going to take this stuff and we are going to set it right there. And then I am going to look for, I have a bucket of seed, like a bucket of seeds somewhere out here. I'm not exactly sure where that would be. I wonder if I took it in the house because I was afraid that the seeds were going to germinate being out here in the wet. So let's grab this stuff and go check in the house. Okay, I got the goods. Let's try and make our way out of this barn. All right, I'm gonna close the door just a hair. I'm gonna set these down. We'll turn the light off and then we'll get out of this barn. And then I will tell you guys what we're going to do. I posted on my community page or my post page this morning saying that it is seed starting, which it is, and I am so far behind. So I did that so that I would be held accountable because I've been kind of lollygagging where seed starting is concerned. So I am going to make, hello son. I am going to make a seed starting video, but I thought this is a quick and easy thing that I can do to show you guys kind of how to do it. I'm gonna learn along with you because I've never done it before, and it was Scott's idea. So do you remember when we were cleaning out the asparagus beds last fall? Can you hear the geese? Blue just saw me. He sounds off the alarms all the time. What was I just saying? Oh, do you know, or do you remember when we cleaned out the asparagus beds last fall and I showed you guys the asparagus and it had like those little red berries? Well, those little red berries are the berries that go or are produced from the female asparagus plant. And in the wild, that is what starts a new asparagus plant. The plant drops those little berries, and then, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make my way through all of these apple tree branches that Scott cut down. Well, anyway, those berries drop onto the ground and then it starts a new asparagus plant. Well, last fall, when I cleaned out the beds, I never came back out here and took those cuttings and those berries. So I thought I would come out here and see if I can't get a bunch of berries off the plants that I saved, put them into those little pots, and see if I can't start some new asparagus plants. So let me turn you around and see if I can find those berries. Okay, I found the plant. I should have grabbed a little container to put these. Do you see these little berries? These are what I'm going to pick and put in the potting soil and see if I can't get them to grow. Okay, I propped you up against a little branch so that I could use both my hands to pick as many little berries as I can off of these asparagus plants. Can you see? Oh shoot, here, let me go like this. Can you see them? So I am going to just pick these, and then we're going to go in the house and we're going to plant them. I have to be really careful because they're very squishy. Oh, I'm just going to take this whole little branch. When I pull them from the little branch, they want to squish in my hand. Oh no, I just dropped some through my fingers. Shoot. I should have brought a little dish out here. God darn it. So I gotta be really, really very careful so I don't squish them. Have you guys ever done this? If you have, please let me know in comments how you did it and if you were successful at it. You all know that, well, most of you know, I guess, that Scott is a science teacher. So we like to do fun little experiments like this to see if we can get stuff to grow. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see. We'll see if this works or not. I got a bunch of them. Trying to go slow so I don't squish them. All right, this is how many I have. So let's go get our containers and let's plant them and see if they'll grow. It is such a beautiful day out today. I think the temperature is calling for a high of 62. Oh, it is wonderful. Daylight savings is here, so we have added daylight hours in the evening. The chickens are loving it. The ducks and the geese are loving it. Scott is loving it. The chickens finally started laying some eggs consistently. So I get probably 1 to 2 eggs a day. My girls are anywhere between 4 to 8 years old. So I think we are going to get some chicks this year to start a new wave of egg layers. So that'll be fun. I'm just walking over here to grab these. I'm just gonna put these berries in there like that. And then we'll go in the house and wash everything up. And we'll put these little berries in the soil and see if we can't get them to grow. All right, I am back in the house with the berries, and I'm just going to count them so I know how many little seed things I need to get cleaned up. I'm not gonna wash I'm not gonna wash these guys because they just sit inside of them with the water. I'll give them a good rinsing, but I'm not gonna take the time or the energy to wash them out with hot soap and water like I'm gonna do to the little containers that these little seeds are going in. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 little seeds I picked. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna wash the containers. I don't think I need to wait for these to dry because I'm just going to fill them with dirt and stick them in the greenhouse, right? So they don't need to be completely dry. I just stuck them in a sink filled with hot water, Dawn dish soap, and then I did like just a splash of white vinegar to, like, I don't know, kill any bacteria. Or, you know, sanitize it maybe? What does vinegar do? I know it does something, and that's why I added it. I don't know right off the top of my head. Now, normally, if I were prepared, I would have taken some hot boiling water and put it on this soil to kill any like bugs or eggs. Let's do that. I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna boil some water, and then I'm gonna add it to the soil. Okay, I have my hot boiling water. I'm going to just put in very carefully into this potting mix because I got this potting mix straight from the store. So I've seen if you put hot boiling water in it to wet the soil, it will kill any bugs or any eggs that have made a home in there. So let me just grab a spoon and stir it around. Make sure it's good and wet. And then we'll just let it cool, and then we'll fill our containers. Can you see the steam? There, I think I got it all. Just giving it a good stir to make sure that everything is soaked. All right, we'll let that cool because we don't want to put our little berries in screaming hot soil. So we'll just take a little minute, let that cool, and then we'll get started. As I was waiting for my soil to cool down, I decided I was going to watch a YouTube video on how to plant asparagus berries. And I am so glad I did, because I would have just taken this little berry, this little red berry, I would have just taken that and put it in the dirt. Well, what I am learning is, or what I did learn, is if you take this little berry and you pop it open, the seeds are on the inside. So I am going through and I am popping open all of these berries to get the seeds out. And in each berry, I have found anywhere from 2 little seeds to 4. So I am going to just go through and pop open all these berries and let my soil cool down. And then we are going to plant the actual seed from the berry, not the berry itself. See? You guys, that was a mess. Look at my little towel from all the little skins from the little baby seeds. They're sticky. All right, I'm just going to fill my little seed trays here, or my little seed containers. And I'm gonna do them pretty full. And then I think I could probably fit in each little section. I don't want to pack it down too much. I think in each little section, I should be able to get 4 seeds in each little compartment. So I'm gonna just keep filling these, and then when I have them full, I will start planting these little asparagus seeds that I just harvested, and we'll put them in the little greenhouse that I have in the house here. And fingers crossed, we will get some new asparagus plants to grow. In the video that I watched, the gentleman said it takes 4 to 6 weeks for germination. So in about a month, we will see if it took. I wanted to show you guys the consistency of the soil after I poured the water in, like how wet it is. Like I can form a little ball and the ball stays. See? So you want it to be at least wet where it holds its, whoops, that it holds its shape. So I'm just going to keep filling these little containers with this moist soil and then plant the seed in there. After I get done planting the seed, I'm just going to take this little container and put it in a seed holding tray, or a seed tray. What are these things called? And then I will just put this container into this container in the greenhouse, and then I will pour water into this vessel, and the seeds will absorb the water from the bottom. See those holes? So that is how I plan on doing my watering. I won't spritz them or water them directly into the soil. I will water them from the bottom up. That seems to work out the best for me, and I get the most success. I don't always remember to keep this soil moist, and that's what those little baby seedlings need in the beginning to germinate. They need really moist soil. So for me to just go in there once or twice a week and water, give them a good water, that is what I can handle. All right, I am almost out of dirt. So I'm going to use the rest of this up, and then we will start planting our little asparagus seeds. Okay, you guys, I got all of my little containers filled. I grabbed a toothpick, and I think I am going to use a toothpick to just like poke little holes in the dirt to plant my seed down in there. I'm not going to go very deep, maybe like a ½ an inch down. My soil is super wet, so I don't need to wet the soil. I'm just going to poke the hole, put the seed in, and then put it in a container and pop it in the greenhouse for today. Let's get started. Okay, I got all of my little containers filled with dirt. I grabbed a toothpick, so all I'm gonna do is go in and just poke a little hole with the toothpick and kind of bury the seed just underneath the surface of the dirt, because in my mind, when nature plants the seed, it falls on top of the dirt and then it gets covered, and I think it doesn't get covered with a ton of like dirt. So I'm just going to go down a little bit, pop the seed in, and then I'm going to put these inside of a watering tray. I'm not going to water them today because my soil is super moist. So I'm just going to plant the seed, put them in the watering tray, and then put them in the little greenhouse that I have, and then I will water them tomorrow. Okay, you probably won't be able to see this because the dirt is black and the little seeds are black. Can you see that little seed? So all I'm going to do is take, I think I'm going to do 4 per little cell, and I'm just going to take it and drop it in like that. Very carefully set each one to give it enough room to get started. And all I'm doing is setting them on top, and I'm just gonna take my toothpick. Can you guys see what I'm doing? And I'm just gonna gently push them under the soil. You probably really can't see it because it's so dark, but I'm just taking that seed and giving it a gentle little push and making sure that it is covered. So I'm gonna do that with all my seeds and then stick them in the greenhouse. I don't think that there is really a good angle to put you guys on where you can see what I'm doing. Oh, that little guy didn't come off. So I'm just taking them, pushing them under with the toothpick. I was trying to make a little hole, but I can't see the little hole in the dirt. So I'm just putting them in there with my finger and then pushing them down because I can kind of see where the seed is. So I'm doing four seeds in each. Oh, that one didn't go in. They're really sticky. Should have let them dry out, maybe a little bit. And I'm just gonna go in there and cover them. Make sure that my soil is flat. right, let's put these little guys into the greenhouse. All right, I am going to stick them in here with my sweet potatoes. The current temp is 84.3. There they are. They are all set and ready to germinate. We are going to put the flap down, zip it up, and wait a couple of days to give them some water. There is definitely enough water in that soil that I won't have to water them anymore today. I probably will check them tomorrow to see if they need water. If they don't, I will definitely water them the following day. I don't want those little seeds in there to get dried out because it will stop their germination. So the soil needs to stay moist at all times until I see the little sprout popping out of the dirt. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for following along on today's video. It sure was fun going out to the asparagus patch and getting those little berries and then popping out the little seeds and learning all about how to plant them, put them in the greenhouse. Fingers crossed, in 4 to 8 weeks, I will see a little sprout popping out of the dirt. Until then, happy seed starting, and we'll see you on the next video, you guys. Bye-bye.